Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat. So the brother Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Minneapolis, you know what I mean? We had to close the stream because the audio was messing up once again. We, stream. All right, but now you should, it should be fixed. Let's see here. Let me see. You mind checking YouTube for me? Make sure you check the sounds to while I'll check Facebook. Give me a second, all right? Yeah, you want to go to I.S.U.P.K Minneapolis on YouTube and see if it's working. What'd you say? Okay, no sweat. Then I'll go ahead and check it. Yeah. Okay. Facebook is too wild. I'll try YouTube myself. It's too wild. No, don't worry about it. I just want you to grab Ecclesiastes 4 more. All right. Ecclesiastes 4 more. All right. Yeah. All right. So it's too wild. So hey, no son of Christ. Goddamn. Every week, it's always a problem when it comes to our stream. It's Tawab. When we go live, it's not Tawab. You see what I'm saying? And we don't change anything as far as the settings. So Salakia, once again, you see what I'm saying? Hey, Jupiter Kai, I appreciate you out. You see what I'm saying? I love that. Hey, that's my man's right there. But long story short, so just to recap, right? Pretty much a lot has been going on in the earth, as we know. Of course, the virus is still around. It's still affecting certain areas across the earth. Seattle just had a 3-week shutdown just the other day. You see what I'm saying? You remember I was talking about that in St. Louis? You know what I mean? How St. Louis just had a whole shutdown. And then I remember that the brother Dekaya and Kanagabar were both speaking about how something about the phone lines, how the tower is going to be shut down for a time. See what I'm saying? And it was funny because I woke up this morning and I seen the post that Shupakaya had tagged Officer Kanagabar as far as that, because in a lot of regions of the U.S., a lot of people's phone lines is down. I'm talking about all phone companies: Boost, Cricket, T-Mobile, Verizon. What else is there? Sprint. See what I'm saying? All these companies, their towers were pretty much down, and a lot of people's phones are not working properly. And mine's working too wild, right? But when I was trying to call other people, it would say calling and would not ring, and it would just hang up. So I was thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe I need to restart my phone, try to call again. It's the same thing. So I didn't understand what the hell was going on until like hours later, and I went on Facebook, and the first post that I saw was the brother, as far as him talking about how every phone company, the towers is pretty much down. A lot of people are affected. A lot of people can't call out or text and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty much. Long story short, this class is about brotherhood once again, right? Man, I mean, after George Floyd, a lot of brothers and sisters have been dying, losing their life. I'm talking about Breonna Taylor. See what I'm saying? You got other brothers and sisters like one just got hung in Georgia. Now actually 2 just got hung. You see what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. Huh? What? One was in LA. Okay, yeah. LA. You got one that was hung in Georgia. I believe you're right. You see what I'm saying? I believe I saw that yesterday night. See what I'm saying? So like hung in Georgia, you got one that was hung in LA. And they keep ruling it as what? A suicide. See what I'm saying? They always say that's a suicide. Niggas don't lynch each other. White people lynch each other. Have you ever seen a white person on a ceiling fan with a rope and they, as far as their own privacy of their own room? That's what devils do. That's what white people do. Black people don't hang themselves unless it's, it can happen, but it's rare. It's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? It's not impossible. It is possible, but Black people don't really hang themselves. Our oppressor, they hang themselves. They get so stressed to the point where they just end their own life. They take a bunch of pills. They drown themselves. They get into, unnecessary car crashes. See what I'm saying? And end their own life. But we, as Black and Hispanics, we don't commit suicide by a noose or family annihilation. Family annihilation is, right? Right. Family annihilation, for the people that do not know, That is when a family member kills the family members. Meaning, for example, there are many cases of white men that kill their wife and their children because they cannot work a steady job. They lose their job, they get fired, or something tragic happens to them and they can't take the pain. So instead of getting embarrassed by their children and by his wife, he rather just kill the family to end the suffering. It's the same thing that happened with one of those wrestlers from was it WWE or WWE Raw, something like that. It was one of the wrestlers. He had killed his 8-year-old child. He had killed his wife, and he killed himself last. You see what I'm saying? And it was all over some stress that he was dealing with as far as wrestling. I'm not sure if he lost his job. It's an old ass story. I had to be like 11 or 12 years old when I heard the story. It was crazy. See what I'm saying? To hear about it. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Chris Bennett. Yeah. Chris Bennett. That's who it was. Chris Bennett. You see what I'm saying? He killed his family under some stress or something. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? And, hey, Most High Christ. I ain't mad at him. You see what I'm saying? Because he is a devil, and we need less. See what I'm saying? Oppressors. The more or less oppressors that there is, you know what I'm saying? That way our brothers and sisters can breathe. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that, right? So getting to the point, right? We lost a lot of brothers within this month alone. I can't even number how many brothers and sisters have lost their life behind the hands of our oppressor. See what I'm saying? I'm very sure there's stories out there that we have not even known about yet. I mean, there's so many Black and Hispanic people and Native Americans that have died that we don't even know about. We just only know about the ones that is in the media. Who's the one brother? What's his name? Ahmed or something like that. He got killed by the police, but the video didn't surface until like March or something like that. Ahmed something. Something like that. Yeah. So I believe he got killed in February. He was just jogging, doing his own thing, and they attacked him. Right? He got killed in February. But the video then surfaced to like March or April, something like that. I want to say it was April. I want to say like April, May, something like that. You know what I mean? It was like a few months later. It's when the video surfaced. See what I'm saying? But if no one would have ever saw that video, those police officers never would have got convicted. If there was never a video, it would have been as if they walked away with murder. It's a very famous show that's called How to Get Away with Murder, which is one of my favorite shows. It's very creative. It's made by a Black woman, and she hit every single point of that show. You know what I'm saying? For some of my brothers out there in Minnesota and some of my sisters out there in Minnesota, they know what I'm talking about as far as that show. That show is very on point, and it got one of my favorite actors, which is Viola Davis. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A real Black woman. You know what I mean? But man, it's crazy. See what I'm saying? If that video would have never surfaced, they would have got away with everything, right? So let's pull some scriptures and get to the point, because I know that it's already 8 o'clock. I'm long with it, and Chupa I see you online. Whenever I'm moving, a little too long, I want you to let me know, Shema Adawan. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't charge you for it, all right? So do out if you see this. But go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
No, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. 4:1.
Chapter 4, verse 1.
And also, before you start, hey, share the class, man. Pay your tithes. You see what I'm saying? You want to look out for the next High Holy Day, which is Memorial Blowing the Trumpet, September 17th. That's all I got to say. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes. Chapter 4, verse 1.
That's right.
So I returned, and I consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Now, when it says all the oppression that's done under the sun, what are the oppressions? Better yet, when it says the oppressions under the sun, what is under the sun?
Like, things that was done under the earth in our
No. So what is underneath the sun? So the sun is right. So the sun is right here, right? But what is underneath the sun?
the earth.
The earth, right? See what I'm saying? Now you know it's funny though. I mentioned last Saturday, right, in St. Louis, that a lot of nuts, these fake Israelites, they think underneath the sun is some mystical, magical place. See what I'm saying? As far as oppressions, oppressions happen on earth. Who is oppressed on the earth? Tell me that.
Us, black natives,
Who else?
the black natives and the Latinos, or I say black natives.
No. You said right, Latinos or otherwise, you know, Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? So called.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that's oppressed. A lot of people too, like GMS, you know what I mean? You know, one of our enemies, they like to say that, you know, our oppressor is oppressed. How the hell can an oppressor be oppressed? It doesn't make sense. I mean, when in history has ever our oppressor been oppressed by anybody else? Where they've been on slave ships, where they've been cast, you see what I'm saying, you know, into captivity, where they have been murdered, you see what I'm saying, at a very high rate. Where in history does it say that? Yeah.
No, I mean,
You were saying it, say it again?
I mean nowhere.
Nowhere. See what I'm saying? Our oppressor have not ever been oppressed. Now they feel like oppression is when they get taxed. You see what I'm saying? By the British, right? It's the British they were taxed by, and then that's what started the whole Boston Tea Party. Then started war, right? They were getting taxed, and they called that oppression. Just a second ago, you got the white woman who hates to be called Karen because she thinks the word Karen is synonymous to the word nigga or nigger. You ever seen that? It was a whole controversy about a white woman saying Karen. The word Karen is offensive. It's like saying nigga or nigger. And the whole world was going crazy, like, what? Like, that sounds crazy. See what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm calling a lot of white women Karen. You see what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, then I guess you are just you know, you are a Karen. You are like a nigga, I guess you say. And then they said that as far as being in quarantine, right? As far as the whole quarantine bullshit, they were saying that, you know, it was like slavery. See what I'm saying? You know, being forced to be in a house, being forced to do things that they don't want to do, and not being free to go out to the world and do what they naturally do. And they said that was a form of slavery. And even that was offensive. Like we got to really pay attention to our oppressors, the people that are around about us, like the scriptures say. And we have to really just look at everything for what it is. We have to stop being coons. We have to stop being gullible and stop really being, you know, just dumb. See what I'm saying? And naive. Go ahead.
It's like I don't want like you gotta elaborate on this Karen thing, like what is like the new
Okay, so okay, yeah, I got you. So it was an issue where I guess a woman was being called Karen, and some white woman brought it upon herself, and she made it go viral where she said, "Look, you know, white women should not be called Karen. It's very offensive." You see what I'm saying? It's like being called nigga or nigger. And it's as stupid as it is, look, it doesn't make sense. I see your face right now, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. It's the same thing like a lot of white women get offended when you call them a blind. Like oh, you know, you just a blind, meaning like you're stupid. Because a lot of blind females are just stupid, retarded. You know what I mean? Honestly, in my opinion, all devils, as far as a woman, are definitely just stupid and retarded. All the blondes are just retarded. You know what I mean? It's one of those Beverly Hills chicks. See what I'm saying? We have all the white privilege and never, you know, came from the gutter. Doesn't know survival. Doesn't know, you know, what it means to, you know, get out of the mud with your people. That's a blonde. That's an airhead. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like bimbo.
Venmo, you see what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah, I haven't heard that word in a long time. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's what it is, man. But moving on, let's go ahead and get back to that scripture. Read it from the top, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. So I return and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
I want you to read it one more time, but with more bass in your voice.
So I return
There you go.
and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Now, see, like King Solomon, this is King Solomon, right? He considered the oppression that was done underneath the sun. See what I'm saying? And he's talking about like what is oppression, man? Oppression is like how would you explain what oppression is? Give me an example. There's many ways to explain what oppression is, but by definition, what is oppression?
Oppression is when you like put in a state of oppression is like when you put in a state of turmoil or being disemboweled or being being put in a state of a base place like.
Okay, I'll help you out. Oppression is that thing, you see what I'm saying? Hold on one second, Sloppy. I guess you Facebook acting a little weird right now. Let me just real quick. Hold on. Satan is working today, ain't he? Real boy.
I went up.
I think so. That thing, you see what I'm saying? Hold on one second, Sloppy. Actually, I guess it's still going, but okay. I'm still gonna keep this here. Oppression is that thing that is unjust or unruly. See what I'm saying? Type of let me see. It's unjust, it's unruly type of thing that you do to a person. Meaning the treatment. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to treat everybody fairly, but when you have an oppressor, he's gonna give you oppression. He's gonna be the oppressor. He's gonna be the author of all your pain and all your suffering. Like we always say that Donald Trump is what you call a tyrant. You know what a tyrant is? What is a tyrant?
Like a leader that puts people under a state of
travail or oppression, right? So a tyrant is a leader that's unruly. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He is that king that punish you for no reason. See what I'm saying? He gives you harsh punishment. See what I'm saying? He has no regard for you. See what I'm saying? Matter of fact, after you read that, I want to get something else. So I want you to finish that real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. Mm-hmm. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comfort.
Stop right there. See what I'm saying? He's talking about King Solomon's talking about the tears of such that have been oppressed. You see what I'm saying? And they have no comforter. The brothers and sisters that have died this past month, and within this month, and just the past 400 years, man, their mothers, their fathers, their cousins, aunties, their children have cried out, and no one was there to give them a shoulder to cry on. No one was there to help them, to comfort them, to let them know that, you know what, everything is going to be okay. You will get justice, not today, but later. Later meaning that there's going to be a day where our King, his name is YAHANNA, he is going to come and give us justice. You know what I'm saying? He is going to be the one to give us deliverance, because nobody can give you deliverance unless the order comes out from the Lord. That's how we got out of Egypt. That's how we got out of the Syrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Roman Empire captivity. And very soon it's going to be the American captivity. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Is that it on that? And it's lucky. We don't have a comforter as far as the so-called black community, right? Okay, when I say that, meaning Al Sharpton is only there for a check. Jesse Jackson's only here for a check. That's why they came out to Minnesota for George Floyd's funeral. Tyrese came out, Ludacris came out, It was somebody else that came out to Minnesota for dinner.
T.I.
T.I., there you go. I want to say Jamie Foxx, but I think Jamie Foxx and Nick Cannon only came out for a few days, but not for the funeral. But the other people that I mentioned, they are entertainers, and they're only there to entertain, not to help the nation of Israel. See what I'm saying? They don't know how to do the work that we do in the I.S.U.P.K. And that's what's something that's very important. They are what's called imposters, right? See what I'm saying? False prophets. Now, they are great entertainers. They are just great being entertainers and nothing else. But leave the real work for the prophets and priests of the I.S.U.P.K. That's what needs to happen. You got to leave the work up to us because we know what we are doing, and we are on a whole professional level that you can believe, that you can even imagine or see. That's why, Boys to Men used to be in the I.S.U.P.K., but they left. Wu-Tang Clan used to be in the I.S.U.P.K., but they left. And they are just good being rappers and singers. That's it. This work was too much for them. They didn't have the zeal that we have today in the U.P.K., meaning that the brothers and sisters that are still in here fighting, they didn't have that fight that you have today. And you are going to be the one to fix the black community. But these entertainers are not going to be able to do it. They have a place in society, and it's not to teach the people. They can try to encourage and uplift black and Hispanics. I won't fall for that. But if they really want to do damage to this oppressor, they have to come into the U.P.K. We are stronger and better when brothers and sisters are together. But we fall weak and we are weaker if we don't have brothers and sisters with us. Am I right?
Okay.
The Bible says when two or more are gathered together, the Lord is in the midst. See what I'm saying? And when the Lord is in the midst, boy, so many things can happen. So many amazing things can happen in the midst of that. Like when we was first at the George Floyd protest, see what I'm saying, the I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis, the Lord was with us that day. You could name anything that could have went wrong that day, but the Lord was with us that day. And we spoke to the people. It reminds me of the book of Matthew when Christ, see what I'm saying, spoke, he was pretty much doing a camp speaking. And all the people just gathered together, the multitude. See what I'm saying? The multitude just gathered around Christ and the disciples and just listened. And that's what happened that day. When we was at that protest for that brother, man, we cried out for him. See what I'm saying? Because we heard that brother's blood spill out to us and speak to us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's why we went out there that day. We always will remember that brother's name. Very soon, we will have a list of brothers and sisters that have died. See what I'm saying? By the hands of our oppressor. And we will do our best to remember those brothers and sisters every day. And we will keep them in our prayers. And they family, and all the generations of them. See what I'm saying? Because those are our people. And we don't know none of them, personally. You see what I'm saying? I would say it's one person as of 2 years ago that died by the hands of police. You know what I mean? I talk about sometimes his name is Thurmaine Blevins. Now, Thurmaine Blevins was killed, unjustly by the police, and he was my uncle. See what I'm saying? I remember seeing him a few days. I'm sorry. I believe I saw him about a month or two before he got killed by the police. Now, this whole video and everything, they didn't have to murder that man like that. See what I'm saying? Even if the brother wasn't my uncle, he would still be a brother to me, and I would still have the same, what's called, is it empathy or sympathy? No, I think it's empathy. Yeah, empathy. Where you feel something for somebody else. I would still have the same empathy for that brother as if he had no relations to me. See what I'm saying? Because I have empathy for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmed, something like that. All the brothers and sisters that just died as of this month. The brother that was hanged in Georgia, the brother that was just hanged in, LA. And then you got another sister who was parking, and this sister just died as a few days ago. She was at she was a parker. She was at a stoplight, right? and some random white man just got out of his car, went up to her driver's seat and shot her. There was nothing that happened before then. It's what the cops and what the community is saying. There is race wars going on here, man. We have to fight this oppression. Am I saying that you got to be like the simple Black Panthers and get your guns and start shooting up white people? Nah, it's not going to work. What it is going to work is that Black Hispanics come together. Give me Zephaniah 2:1, please. I want you to get Zephaniah 2:1. I did have a plan. I had a plan, class that I wanted to do, but it's just so much on my mind, man. It's crazy, man. It's driving me insane at this point. It's hard. It's very hard to see your own people be killed like this. You can't physically do something. You know what I mean? As far as a lot of people would like to shoot these white people down for what they're doing to Black and Hispanics, but it doesn't work that way. The Lord has something else that is planned, and this is what we call the patience of the saints. See what I'm saying? Everything that we're doing today that's spiritual, not putting our hands on the oppressor, it's going to change something. See what I'm saying? When you separate from the way of America or that American dream, so to speak, if you separate from Christianity, if you separate from Islam, Buddhism, separate from the way of life of your oppressor, see what I'm saying? I'm talking about Becky. I'm talking about, Johnny, the one that you love so much. What's her name? Timothy. Tim. You see what I'm saying? John. You know what I mean? All these, white names. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, O Slavic. Gather yourselves together, ye.
No, yeah.
Gather yourselves together, O nations not desired.
No, I want you to read it louder. You know what I mean? Like as if we are at camp.
Zephaniah 2:1. Together, ye. Together, O nations not desired.
Is it ye or yay?
Yeah.
Is it Y-E? Is it Y-E or Y-E-A?
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
No sweat. See what I'm saying? That's talking about the children of Israel. This book has what you call an audience, okay? Is that a King James Version Bible, right? Huh? Yeah, you want to double check that. It's talking about pretty much like, the nation of Israel, you see what I'm saying? You want to gather together because you are the nation that is not desired. How do we know that we are not desired? Black and Hispanic people, you can try to deny this. Even the coons can try to deny it, right? Anytime you go into a store, you are being watched and followed. See what I'm saying? You are being targeted. If you are standing around in the store trying to figure out, if you want, a different type of candy, like for example, if you're just sitting there for 10 minutes trying to figure out if you want a Twix or a Snickers, somebody's watching you. Somebody is trying to, pretty much, catch you up and trying to, subdue you. The word subdue means to conquer. See what I'm saying? And your oppressor, see what I'm saying? It's why. Your oppressor is always trying to subdue you, trying to find an opportunity to kill you. All right? So read it one more time, please.
Zephaniah, verse 2.
No, chapter 2.
Chapter 2, verse 1.
That's right.
Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Keep going. Keep going.
Before the decree, bring forth before the day pass as the chaff, before fierce anger of the Lord come.
That's right. So pretty much before Yahushua, before Yahushua comes, which means that the Most High is going to send that order out for Yahushua to come. Before that day even comes, when Judgment Day is what I'm talking about, when Yahushua will come with, these angels, to kill. See what I'm saying? And to bring the kingdom. Before that day comes, you have to gather together. You have to remember what brotherhood and sisterhood is. We can talk about the oppressor all day, every day, right? But what about you? Are you still on drugs? Are you still, you see what I'm saying, spreading rumors around, spreading lies around? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you giving that demon, more strength over you? See what I'm saying? Are you attacking your problems? What are you doing to become a brother, a sister to another brother and a sister? That's very important. And you have to remember that every day. That's what you should think about. Now, trust me, look, man, you will make your mistakes. But once you make your mistakes, learn from them. Let your mistakes be your teacher to the point where you can teach other people not to make the mistakes that you made in the past. And that's how we all learn. You know what I'm saying? By the mistakes that the brothers and sisters made in the Bible, we learn from. That's why we have with so much wisdom and knowledge and understanding to the point where the Most High is setting all of us up for success, not failure. But if you are, hard of hearing, if you have no conscience, if you have no regard to hear wisdom, you are going to be what the scriptures call a hard head, a stiff neck, or stiff hearted. And you will learn nothing but pain and suffering. And you will learn death. Them drugs are going to be the death of you. Spreading those lies and rumors, that's going to be the death of you. That, that lesbian, that if you a man and you with another man, he or she is going to be the death of you. If you let somebody rule your own house, if you are a man and you let a woman rule your own household, that's going to be the death of you. See what I'm saying? All these things is going to be the death of you. If you are sleeping with white women, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you're sleeping with people outside of your race, outside of your nation, they will be the death of you. Just understand that. They will. They will be the absolute reason why you are dead, and you are not alive, and you are not serving the Most High. This is serious. The I.S.U.P.K is a business. It's an organization. It is a sanctuary. And we call it the home of the truth. This is where your life changes. Rehab is not going to fix your problems in the Black community. A homeless shelter, you moving out of state, is not going to help your situation. What will is the Lord. And the Lord dwells in the I.S.U.P.K. His spirit is amongst everyone in the UPK. And you better believe that. And please give that a hand. See what I'm saying? The Most High is there. See what I'm saying? And he is trying to get our attention with all the plagues, the killings. See what I'm saying? What else? The famine and the pestilence. All the things that's happening in the earth right now, the Most High is trying to get your attention. And you have to pay attention in order to realize what's going on around you. It's crazy because you know what? Being in the world for a short time, I can see how a person can get distracted when the virus is going on, when brothers and sisters is dying, when there's sex trafficking. Our young girls is missing. Our children is missing. They say it's more Black women missing than Black men. And then they say there's more Black men in the prison system than Black women. That's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. And we have to fix that problem. In order to fix it, you got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. Let me stop talking. Let's get to the scripture. Now, we read Ecclesiastes, right?
Okay.
So next one that I believe is Obadiah. Let me double check. No, I want Proverbs 29:2.
Proverbs.
Yeah, Proverbs 29:2, which is one of my favorites. I bring this out a lot. You know what I mean? Proverbs 29:2. Let me know when you got it, all right?
Proverbs 29, verse 2.
29 verse 2.
Proverbs 29 verse 2.
Mm.
When the righteous are in authority.
Hey, you wanna read loud.
Okay.
You sound silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to read loud, like yell. So ain't nobody else in there but me and you. Yeah.
Proverbs.
There you go.
29 verse 2.
That's right.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Say it one more time.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Now, that time is not today. When is that time going to come out?
When that time going to come? When righteous rejoice. When YAHANNA take the kingdom.
There you go. Say it louder though.
When YAHANNA take the kingdom.
When YAHANNA when we have the kingdom.
Come on.
See what I'm saying? When the Israelites have the kingdom. See what I'm saying? When that judgment day comes, up our empire, that's when that righteous authority, that's when everybody's going to rejoice. You wanna know why? Because there's no more wickedness. There's no more, you see what I'm saying, pain and suffering. You know what I mean? There's gonna be peace in the earth. And there's not gonna be no issue or no problem because the 144,000 men is going to, see what I'm saying, rule this nation. Rule this earth, so like I meant to say. Hold on one second, Salaki. Okay, I don't know where this came from. So hold on. Right, so you see what I'm saying? You know, when the righteous is in authority, the people will rejoice. Meaning there won't be no more murder. There won't be no problems. There won't be no tsunamis, natural disasters. There won't be no crime or violence whatsoever. That's what rule the earth right now. See what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the earth today. All right? See what I'm saying? Okay, give me 1 second. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that's going to happen, all right? So, keep going.
When the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice.
Say it one more time.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You see what I'm saying? They are going to be happy that there's no crime, there's no violence and things of that sort. Keep going.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You see what I'm saying? Why is that? Explain that to me.
When you're a wicked person, you're a wicked person, rule over people. You don't care about them. You don't care about them.
When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. I'm talking about today. Huh?
Like when we got a wicked ass ruler.
I'm talking about today. Who is the wicked right now?
The white man.
Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And because he's in rulership, what happens?
The earth destroyed.
You know, it's right there in the scripture.
The people mourn.
The people mourn. And how do we mourn? Tell me.
We cry out.
We cry out because of what? Why do we cry out?
Because he puts us in oppression.
Okay, so within the oppression, what is happening? I want you to give me a picture perfect example.
We die.
Who dies? When you say we, who's we?
Us, the Israelites.
Who are the Israelites?
The 12 tribes.
That's still kind of broad. I need it plain because imagine me being new to the truth. I don't know what the hell an Israelite is. I sure don't know what the hell a 12 tribe. Say it again.
The black Hispanic Native Americans.
Now I hear you. Now I see what you're talking about. Now you convinced me to come to class.
Okay.
Now I understand what you're talking about. When you say 12 tribe, Israel, Israelite, what the hell is that? See what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell that is. But when you say that's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and you break down the 12 chart, and you give me more information, then you know what? I understand. Once you say so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, I'm coming to class. Maybe. See what I'm saying? If you know, if I'm a Jake on the world, I'm a Jake in the world, I might just come to class because you said that. You know, you might have said something like, you know, our slavery is in Deuteronomy 27 and 28. If you say that, you might caught my attention. And just that little piece of information, I'm going to come to class. If I come once and I hear something else, more educational, I just might come to a second class. And the more I can come to class, boom, I'm a trooper, I'm an officer now. See what I'm saying? And that's how you want to say it. Now the wicked, see what I'm saying, who bears rule, the people mourn, right? Something like that. So the wicked that are in authority, the people will mourn and things of that sort. You know what I mean? The people will mourn, meaning like, we are going to protest a riot because our brothers like Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Orlando Castile, you know what I mean? Kareem Gaines, see what I'm saying? Man, who else, man? So many. Jamar Clark. All these brothers and sisters are going to pass. SHALAM, Lord Christ. I said, all these people, see what I'm saying, that have passed, they are going to be remembered, but we are going to mourn them. There's so many dead bodies that's on their way. There are brothers and sisters in the earth that don't know that they are going to be a hashtag, that they are going to lose their life. See what I'm saying? And it's sad to say. You think your whole life that you're going to go to college, live a good life, have some children, and that everything's going to be great in life. Once like, let's think of something random, man, because a lot of these stories that we hear about brothers and sisters dying, it'd be so sad and random. It's like, how did that happen to that sister? How did that happen to that brother? But you can have the best life that you're living. You constantly on vacation, you got some kids, you got your amazing husband, or you got your amazing wife. See what I'm saying? Or you're making six figures and things of that sort. And out of nowhere, here comes a random oppressor that kills you for no good reason. It wasn't self-defense. It was what we call a perpetual hatred. A hatred that has always been within our oppressor. And that's what it is. See what I'm saying? And it's sad to say, it's been. Our oppressor has always hated us. And since he has that hate, what you should do is separate yourself and love your nation and protect yourself from this demon, this devil, the white supremacy in the flesh, this dragon, the subtile beast. The Most High calls them a people that are, the Most High calls them not a people. He said that he was going to move the children of Israel with jealousy with the people that are not a people. He was talking about our oppressor. Like imagine the Most High calling you not a people. Like, goddamn. Imagine that, huh? See what I'm saying? And oh yeah, but he has spittle. See what I'm saying? Most High calls him spittle as well, or his nation, so to speak. Let's go ahead and keep going now. Is that it on that? Yeah, I think that is. Let's keep moving forward. I can elaborate all goddamn day. Let's go ahead and get Obadiah 1 to 10. Obadiah 1 to 10 is what I need, real quick. It's like, you do me a favor? Can you grab me some more water and I'll just elaborate real quick? I just want some ice in there too, if you don't mind, okay? So ice and water. Before we get Obadiah, don't worry about it. Before we get Obadiah 1 to 10, see what I'm saying? What I really want to get into as well is that ice and water. All right, water. What I really want to get into is that Black and Hispanic people have to stop having Stockholm syndrome, right? Stockholm syndrome is what is killing Black and Hispanics right now because we look at our enemy as, all right, that's ice in the freezer. Come. No, there's ice in the freezer. I want ice. You got ice in there?
Yeah.
Okay, no sweat. All right, cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, they are going to bite you at every cost. See what I'm saying? You want to be careful, man. You know what I mean? These people will backstab you. You saw what happened to the water. You saw what happened to the Native Indians. You saw what happened to Black and Hispanics. when we hit amongst, the other nations as far as the Africans, because we was running from the Romans, as far as the Roman Empire, as far as captivity, and we fled to so-called Africa, right? And they betrayed us and sold us into slavery for a profit. And what did that profit you? Nothing, not a goddamn thing. But look, I'm gonna give you a little history as far as our oppressor and what's going to happen. The thing that's happening to Black and Hispanics is not going to be taken lightly. They're going to avenge these people. Go ahead, or his people, I should say. Obadiah 1 and 10 is what I need up. You got it?
Obadiah.
I want you to be loud though. I want you to yell that shit. So
Obadiah.
That's right.
Chapter 1, verse 10.
That's right.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Now, against the violence of who?
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Now, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Now, there's a point in time where Jacob and Esau were brothers. See what I'm saying? They are twins, of course, but they were separated even in the womb as different nations. See what I'm saying? And that's what the angel had told, was it Rebecca, who had Jacob and Esau? Yeah, it was her. It was her. You see what I'm saying? Rebecca, who had the twins, Jacob and Esau, she was told that there are two manner of people in thy womb. See what I'm saying? And meaning two manner of people, meaning like you got two different races inside of you. You got one that represents the Israelites, and the other that represents the Edomites, black and white. And we were separated. See what I'm saying? In the womb, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? When I say crazy, meaning like that's amazing, because you would think you'd be separated like Isaac and Ishmael. You know what I mean? Isaac and Ishmael was separated when they were like children. You know what I'm saying? Teenagers, something like that.
More like 13, 14.
Children. See what I'm saying? They were separated outside of the womb. It came a point in time where Abraham had 8 kids. You see what I'm saying? And Isaac was the chosen one out of all. And Ishmael became his own nation. He decided to leave his father, and he lived someone else's rule, someone else's standards. See what I'm saying? Ishmael became his own. And it does say in the Bible that Ishmael is what you call a wild man. Wild meaning crazy. He's out of his mind. That's why they like to blow themselves up. And when I say Ishmael, I'm talking about the damn Arabs. They like to blow themselves up for their country, for their brotherhood, or whatever. And Y.A.P.K, we ain't finna blow ourselves up, but we are gonna, put things on the map that's gonna be fire. See what I'm saying? Our content is gonna be fire. The words that's come out of our mouth is gonna be baptism, it's gonna be fire. See what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna blow ourselves up. It's not that goddamn serious. And you ain't gotta kill yourself to get your point across. It's a locket. These damn Arabs is out of their goddamn mind, if you ask me. And the scripture is right. They are a wild man. They are out of their goddamn mind. They are bugging, is what the cats from New York say. You straight bugging. You know what I mean? Read that one more time. Get back to the point.
Obadiah, chapter
1,
verse 10.
Loud.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Now, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. What is that shame talking about? Bring me back to a precept. Shame shall cover thee.
Shame shall cover thee. Yeah, I know that. Precept.
Okay, who is the reincarnations or the spirit of Jacob and Esau? Go ahead.
I got it.
Go ahead.
A precept is that is when Cain killed Abel, and he got the mark.
I'll give you a hand. That's right. It goes all the way back to Cain and Abel. See what I'm saying? The first murder of Cain and Abel. You know what I mean? It's it's spiritual as far as them. It's just like Jacob and Esau. It's no different. See what I'm saying? And so it goes back to that. It's a shame even of today with how Esau is killing Jacob. See what I'm saying? The cop who is Esau is killing George Floyd, who is Jacob. See what I'm saying? I mention this all the time, right? I gotta watch this poem all over again, right? Because I love poetry and I love spoken word. And I forget the sister name every time, but she made a she had did this poem. I think it's called Questions, right? I think it's called Questions, but she was like some. She was like, okay, she started her poem like okay, she walked up to the mic and she was like, they killed Black Jesus today. And then she just started going on about police brutality. And when she said it, it kind of made me think like she said that they killed Black Jesus today. And I had to think about it. I'm like, she's talking about Black men in general. You see what I'm saying? Like another Black man just died, another sister just died. And it's crazy because because the scripture that talks about how Christ said, if anything happens to one of them, is as if it happens to me. Remember that? See what I'm saying? So it's like that, you know what I mean? When you kill Black men, it's as if you did kill Christ. All over again. See what I'm saying? When their blood is spilled, it's as if you killed Jesus. If you killed Christ, all over again. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening every day, man. We are being killed in the streets. And we have no comforter. We have no protection. Only in the UPK is where you can get protection and safety. A cop can't run up in here and kill you. The only way a cop can kill you, or you are a target for any devil to kill you, is if you are sinning against the Most High. Then that's where Satan comes in. Although Officer Whitey shot you, but a demon, Satan sent a demon inside of Mr. Whitey to pull that trigger. We can't be targets, man. We can't be target practice. We can't. Okay, we have to stop being sinners. We have to stop being vulnerable. We have to stop being, you see what I'm saying, a people that is lawless. Morals. We have to have some type of dignity. Like have something good for yourself. See what I'm saying? Stop being a goddamn whore and a homosexual. How has that helped you in life? It's funny though, whores and homosexuals and drug addicts, they're all depressed. They're all suffering. No matter how much you lie to yourself and say that you love this lifestyle, you hate it. And you know it. That's why everybody gets high. That's why everybody gets high and they suffer and they die at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? You want to smoke all the weed, nigga, you suffering, man. I get it. I understand. But there's another way out. There's another way out. In the UPK, you can ease your pain. You can ease your suffering. I done seen killers in here. I done seen, see what I'm saying, women that were once whores and they became real women. And now they got them a man. I done seen men with effeminate spirits come in here and they became masculine, 100%. I done seen children become men. I done seen little girls become women in here. And all it takes is for Black and Hispanic people to come into the UPK in order for their life to change. It takes keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And it is a fight. It might be difficult, but you got your brothers to lean on. You got your sisters to lean on. But any poison that you're trying to bring to the table, we ain't gonna drink it. We ain't gonna eat it. See what I'm saying? You can leave it at the door. You know what I mean? So where are we on Obadiah? All right, so look, the water.
Oh. 18:4, sir?
Yeah, come on. Yep, Revelation 18, and I'm gonna jump in those. Because we pretty much got like 10 minutes left already. Just let me know we got it 18:4. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her people, of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues.
Okay, no sweat. You see what I'm saying? If you could just read it one more time, Salaki.
Yeah, it's like it.
18 and 4.
18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues.
Right, so I'm gonna stop you right there. See what I'm saying? It says, he heard it. Okay, this is John, right? I don't want John Baptist, correct? John Baptist, Revelations. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's okay. It's one. Yeah, I believe it's John the Baptist, right? No. It's not John, just John. Okay. See what I'm saying? So it's John Revelator. Yeah, John Revelator, right? See what I'm saying? John the Revelator was locked up in jail at the time. He's having visions from the Lord, and he said that he heard a voice out of heaven, meaning in the sky. You see what I'm saying? This place is going to be burned, damaged, because of all the horrible things that has happened within this place. When America's not the only place that got bombed. You see what I'm saying? Before, or has by nation. Was Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans behind any of that? Not at all. That's why we have to separate. Once again, if you don't want to get involved in that, it's time for you to come together with your brothers and your sisters. That's what's important. You know what I mean? The more you get in, okay, the more that you know what I mean, the more that you affiliate yourself with the lies, the Christmas, the Halloweens, the birthdays, and see what I'm saying? What else is out there? The game bank and all the drugs and the drug addiction. What's going to happen at the end of the day? It's like SHALAM Little Christ Talk, on YouTube. You know what I mean? What's going to end up happening is you are going to get the punishment of those, which is your oppressor. You are going to get the same punishment. You are going to get wrapped up and entangled in what they got going on. What the Lord has planned for our oppressor, who is the white man, boy, oh boy, if you are holding hands with him, like Proverbs 11 and 21 says, join hand in hand, then you are going to, you see what I'm saying, die. You are going to get yourself wrapped up in something that you don't want to get involved in. See what I'm saying? And that's really what's important, all right? So now, after Revelations 18 and 4, right? What I want is Isaiah 14 and 21. Isaiah 14 and 21 is a heavy scripture, all right? See what I'm saying? If the brother Officer Kanagabar is listening, this is one of his favorite precepts, you know what I mean? This is an amazing one. This is talking about the prophecy of what's to come for our oppressor, the one that has hung us on trees, the one that has shot us, you see what I'm saying, on the streets, the one that has, did drive-by on our little brothers and sisters, on our children, Tamir Rice, Tyree King, see what I'm saying, who died the same way in the same city, Cleveland, Ohio, in the same situation. That's crazy, man. You got Tamir Rice, you got Tyree King that died a year or two apart from each other. One is 12, one is 13. They died at a park in Cleveland, Ohio, the same exact way because of a B gun or a Nerf gun. Boy, man, that's crazy, man. You don't hear that every day. And they are children, boy. Those babies right there, man. God damn. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children. White men. White men put us in slavery. And now they're all rich and you got to offer back to us. They're going to pay for the sins of their fathers.
You know what I'm saying? So read it one more time. Loud though.
Prepare slaughter.
Say it again.
Prepare slaughter.
One more time.
Prepare slaughter.
Prepare slaughter. See what I'm saying? Prepare slaughter for who? Keep going.
For your children.
For his children. It's talking about your oppressor. The one that has, you see what I'm saying, put you in the black community who's suffering with all the rats, excellence, see what I'm saying, with all the crime and all the violence. Keep going. Prepare slaughter. Keep going.
Slaughter. Prepare slaughter. For the children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For the iniquities of their fathers. You see what I'm saying? The forefather, okay, like, look, for example, if you are married to Johnny or Becky, you know, with the good, you know, light hair, something like that, see what I'm saying? If you are, you see what I'm saying, you know, married to one of those female dogs, you know what I mean, you know, those white women or, you know, one of the white men, see what I'm saying? What you need to understand is that maybe they didn't do nothing to you, right? Maybe they wasn't a part of any killings, any murders or anything, right? But understand this. Because of their forefathers, they are going to die. And that's justice for George Floyd. That's justice for Breonna Taylor. That's justice for Tamir Rice, Tyree King, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Philando. See what I'm saying? Keith Lamont Scott, Stephen Clark, Jamar Clark, Sandra Bland, Kareem Gaines. Should I go on? You know what I mean? Prepare slaughter, meaning that we are getting ready for that day when Christ is going to have revenge, according to the revenge that the Lord wants, which is in the Bible, by the way, on these other nations because of his people's sake. Just understand, although we dying in the streets, there's so much going on, the Lord has not forsaken you, but we have forsake the Lord in many different ways. And that's why we got to get back to him. So keep going on that. So actually read it from the top one more time. 14 and 21.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For the iniquities of their fathers. It's talking about their forefathers, the ones that was before them, the grandparents, you know, et cetera, et cetera. See what I'm saying? Great-great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandfather. See what I'm saying? The ancestors. It's talking about the George Washington, Abraham Lincolns, and it's talking about, you know, Thomas Edison, all of these people that are Edomites. You see what I'm saying? The forefathers of Donald Trump. See what I'm saying? You know, Bill and Hillary Clinton. See what I'm saying? Nancy and Ronald Reagan, who were, you know, disgusting ass devils. See what I'm saying? Who did horrible things to black and Hispanics. See what I'm saying? That's who it's talking about. Keep going. Take your time.
That they do not rise.
That they what?
That they do. That they do not rise.
That they do not rise. You see what I'm saying? Rise meaning they don't rise to power. They're not going to be on top anymore. And once they are destroyed, we are going to be on top. When I say we, I'm talking about that black man, see what I'm saying, that's living on a street corner, who's homeless, who has to fend for himself and look for food day and night in order to survive and not die. It's talking about the man that's, you know, the one that's, you know, looking for Section 8, looking for a place to stay. You know, that sister, you see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That, you know, ain't got a place to call home. You see what I'm saying? Ain't got a mother or father to tend to. You know, black and Hispanic people are going to rise to the top. Although it's going to be men that's going to be the government, even our sisters are going to be treated as royalty. See what I'm saying? No, to what? Even our sisters are going to be treated as royalty. See what I'm saying? We are all going to be respected by the other nations once we are in power. And if any one of them try to disrespect us, it's going to be a problem. That's where we come in as the men, the government. We are going to be the government. And we are going to be a righteous government at that. Keep going. But they are not going to rise no more. Once they are out of power, black and Hispanic people are going to be in power forever. Keep going.
You will possess the land.
What? Say what?
You will possess the land.
You will possess the land. Keep going. That's self-explanatory.
You will fill the face of the world with cities.
meaning like those monuments, meaning, okay, America is white. See what I'm saying? Everything that you see has the white face everywhere. See what I'm saying? It doesn't have the black face. See what I'm saying? Nothing says, oh, this is black people, this is black excellence. Well, you know, it's all owned by our oppressor. He is the face of America. He is the face of this place. Donald Trump is running what the entire, you know, U.S. supposedly, right? You have white supremacy in the flesh as the face of the earth right now, or the U.S. I should say. Okay. So is that it on that?
Oh God.
So with that being said, man, you know that's a brotherhood class, man. You see what I'm saying? Pay your tithes, of course. You wanna you know, check out tomorrow's class, mandatory. You got priest and officer Kudasa that's gonna teach. Amazing class, which you know he always does. It never fails. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? I kind of, you know, I gotta boast about him a little bit. You know, his class is very educational. You definitely want to get ready. You know, pull out your pens. See what I'm saying? Your notebooks. You know what I mean? Besides that, we'll see you tomorrow. Pay your tithes once again. With that being said, subscribe to everything, like and share. I.S.U.P.K Minneapolis on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. With that being said, shalom, and we're gonna read the prayers, and we out of here. Clap it up. Prayers is right there. Right? You hear me? Hey, you hear me? Hey, prayers is right there. Oh, you got it? I write these ones right here, so because some things have changed right here, okay? All right, so actually, I'm going to read it as well. Yeah. Actually, look there. I want you to read that. Look here. Come on. I want you to read it. Nice and loud and clear, right there. All right.
We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of they are to be saluted only. They are to share themselves with the world. If they need interpretation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Teeth, which is a commandment. Tithes, which is a commandment. Number 1831. Malachi. Malachi. Malachi.
No. Let me see.
Malachi.
Yeah, but when it comes to this, okay. Yeah, but that's Malachi. Malachi.
Chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara.
Keep going.
A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you.
10%.
A 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering or priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like upcoming holy convocations.
It's going to be memorial of blowing of the trumpet, which is going to be September 17th, 2020, of course, at sundown. So we are like a couple of months away from that. Okay. Go ahead.
Holy convocations from sheep. Remind Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, and headbands and scarves.
Is that it?
Okay.
All right, so we are going to just read the Lord's Prayer for time's sake, and then we're just going to get out of here, all right? So I want everybody to repeat after me. Of course, we got to face the east. The east is right here. You want to turn a little bit more. Turn a little bit more, like how I'm turning it up, right there. And I want everybody to repeat after me, all right? See what I'm saying? The Lord's Prayer, I'm going to read it. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Haya.
Shaka. Yahweh.
Malakawa. Dawaya. Ratazaka.
Haya.
Aisha. Barataza. Bawa. Haya.
Bashamayim. Haba'ayana.
Masanayawa.
Bako.
Bako.
Hayashayana.
Tawashanawa.
Mayan,
Mayan,
Ra,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Malakwa,
Makalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Lawa'ala,
Watapara,
Wa'apakara,
Wa'alamim,
Wayawalam,
Aman.
Amam.
So I'll let you read it in English. Go ahead. You want to say the Lord's Prayer in English? Say it loud. Lord's Prayer in English.
Lord's Prayer either.
That's right.
Thy kingdom.
Our Father.
Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Yeah.
And forgive our debts.
Let's forgive our debts.
And we forgive our debtors.
Let's forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. That's it? Okay, that's it. All right. You want to say amen?
Amen.
Yep, no sweat. All right. All right, so clap it up. All right. You want to catch class tomorrow? It's going to be scripture breakdown / biblical law class. All right. You want to check that out for tomorrow? With that being said, shalom.
Sure.
All right. Most sign Christ. You clap it up again. All right. We 2 hours.